What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 85 of the Hive Mind Podcast. I haven't done one of these in a long time. I'm looking back at my YouTube channel, and the last one we did was August 19th last year. Battle for Azeroth had just come out.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Dude, a lot has fucking changed, like, in that time for me.
Yeah? Like what?
Just the whole welding thing, like, that's before I went to school, like, at all. And now I'm, like, already having, like, job prospects and shit. It's kind of interesting how much shit has changed.
Probably through the school, right? Don't they offer that as, like, a service?
Well, I mean, there's so much demand for it that they just come headhunting. Like, I've got an interview Tuesday, for a place, and I haven't really even put in the effort to, like, find a job. Like, I haven't actually been looking. They've just sort of been coming to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All my sales presentations that I do, like most of them. I was actually in Radford 2 weeks ago.
Well, what the fuck?
At where the Radford Arsenal is?
Yeah, what the fuck? Why didn't you say something?
I had to give a sales presentation at the Radford Arsenal. They're buying all kinds of shit from us. Well, I figured you were in school because it was like daytime. But
was that when you sent me a message like a really long time ago saying you were going to be in Radford? Like,
no, that was a different time. I go there. I go there every now and then. So next time I go there,
yeah, dude,
I'll hit you up. But this was like a quick day trip, like in and out, because it fucking takes forever to get there. But yeah, I was thinking about that when I was down there, and then I had to go from there to Narrows to do another one. But yeah, man, like every presentation we do is about, like, can't find welders anymore because no one's doing it, and everybody's retiring who's good at it. So
well, I mean, that's the whole reason I got into it.
Why don't you just sub out all the work to us, and then we charge them out the ass to do it? So
yeah.
But I see your welds. They don't look so bad, man.
Well, I'm pretty terrible compared to, like, people that are actually good. Like, have you seen the people on Instagram, like the TIG welding on Instagram? What the fuck?
I said they don't look so bad. I didn't say they look good.
Yeah, no, like, if you want to see some, let me link this to you. Look at, like, you don't have to know shit about welding to, like, see, like, that this guy is a fucking beast. Like, this looks fucking robotic. This guy on Instagram is called Kane Kid, for anybody that's wondering. Wow, yeah, Kanekid. He does TIG welding, and it looks fucking amazing.
You're the only guy that, like, has, like, fucking beats off to Instagram weld porn.
No, I'm not. I'm not even cloose. Look at these fucking, look at the pictures. There's, like, tons of people beating off to this.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah. He has almost 40,000 followers just over welding.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I started using Instagram more. I never used to use it before, but you just, like, when you put your hashtags on there, man, you just get random follows from people that just want to see pictures of whatever it is.
So the very first post I ever had on Instagram went viral. The fucking first one. I posted a picture of steak, mashed potatoes, and green beans. It got like 1,000 likes.
What?
Yeah,
why?
I don't know. It was literally the very first thing I posted, and the caption, I'm looking at it right now. Hate to be that guy, but damn, hashtag steak. And I guess it got picked up by Instagram's, like, auto whatever. Like, it got randomly picked to be, like, the picture of the day or some bullshit. I don't know how that works, but I guess it was suggested to people. But yeah, the very first picture I ever posted went, like, viral.
That's funny.
It's kind of
we took a vacation in New York for a few days, which I don't recommend ever.
I have no interest in going to New York.
Yeah, I didn't either, but she wanted to go and she wanted to see the stuff, so we did like the first time we ever did, like, an Airbnb, and we went to New York, and I took pictures and put them on Instagram and put, like, hashtag, like, New York, hashtag New York photography, and I had, like, a bunch of follows from that. So I get, like, yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I've been using that a little more. I had to so I deleted my Instagram, deleted a lot of my social media, actually, because I wanted to. So I'm thinking about, my MBA's done in, like, April, and I'm thinking about.
Oh yeah, dude, I remember when you talked about, like, originally, like, whether you were gonna do that or not a long time ago. You're like, I don't know if I want to do this.
2.5 years ago, man. I can't believe I've been in school that long. Yeah, so I had to refresh the resume because I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna get a different job, and then I was like, well, wait a minute, like, they're probably gonna look at my social media, so, like, I didn't want, like, my Twitter, like, my Dopamean connected to my Facebook or my Instagram, so because, like, in my Instagram I followed like way too many porn
Porn
stars.
stars, yeah.
Like, and I couldn't like unfollow all of them because there was like too many of them. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just delete it and start over again. Same thing with my Twitter, man. I can't purge my Twitter enough. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I follow so many people on Twitter. It's just like,
Yeah.
man, I wish I just like a mass unfollow bot where I just unfollow everyone.
Yeah, see, that's the one thing I am fortunate about is that, like, I'm going into a field where that shit doesn't fucking matter. Like, I don't have to worry about, like, HR and that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Really. So.
Yeah, well.
That is kind of nice.
Hopefully I wouldn't either, but I was applying for, like, general manager type exec jobs.
Yeah.
And I figured they would look at those sort of things, so. We'll see. Man, it's been like there's all kinds of shit that's happened since the last time I talked to you.
Yeah.
Having another kid.
Whoa. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, we just
hey. So one of the Hive Mind historians can go back. I called this. You're like, I'm only gonna have one. Yeah, and I'm like, that's not how that works.
Yeah, well, when you just let it fly and you're like, whatever, eventually another one will come around. But that is going to be it after that. There's not going to be a 3. But I don't know. It'll work out. So this one's a boy. My other one's, my current one is a girl. So one of each.
It's 2019 Dopamean. How dare you? Did you just assume her fucking gender?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Assume that gender? I guess, is that offensive to say assume her gender?
Because
isn't that statement assuming the gender?
I think it is, yeah. Yeah.
Well, how do you even say that in a non-offensive way?
I'm pretty sure she's a girl though. She likes to like accessorize and shit. But I don't know. Maybe some dudes like to accessorize too. I don't know.
I'm sure there's plenty of dudes that accessorize.
So we found this gym that's like right by my house, like a really big gym, and I've been going there a lot. But because they have like daycare, which is like a godsend when you have a kid. So like you can just take her there, and up to 2 hours, like there's like a jungle gym and other kids and all kinds of shit, and they watch them, right?
Uh-huh.
So we plopped her off there, and like after about an hour, we went and go to pick her up, and the lady like walks around the corner, and she's like, "Are you Keegan? It's time to go." And then I hear my kid go, "No, I'm not," and she runs off. And I'm like, "God damn it, fucking already lying! Just she doesn't want to go home. She just wants to keep playing." And then the lady's like, "I think you are. It's time to go." Kids do the most ridiculous shit. Like sometimes my kid will be just going nuts because kids do that. You know what I mean? Like when they get all stupid, and like we'll be in like I don't know, like say Best Buy, and she's going crazy, and I'm like, all right, you're going to the car, and I like pick her up because like she won't walk, and she'll just start kicking and screaming, and then just to fucking spite me, she'll just scream help.
That is hilarious.
In the middle of the parking lot, and I'm like, shut up, and then I have to like awkwardly look around, and then if anyone's around I have to say, I'm not kidnapping her, it's my kid. She's just being an asshole.
That's funny. I wonder if that's learned.
Then I get really mad at her. I'm like, do not scream help in a public place unless you want to spend the night in Child Protective Services.
Jeez.
Yeah, man.
That is cool though that you're having a boy. I don't know. Not that I'm super into like having kids myself, but if I was to have one,
you and your girl are still going strong. You're not.
No, that's done as of recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that the whole thing with like her little post that was like, put my name at the front of your list or some shit?
Yeah.
So I saw that and I was like, is this a song or is like did he fuck up?
I mean, I know so I'll just say what happened just because I don't want people to invent something.
You were gay, she found out?
Yeah, no. There was no big like fucking fiery crash into like basically what happened is she moved for her job and I've got job opportunities here and I'm not moving down there. And I didn't really want to
I told you that was going to be an issue last podcast.
I told her that was going to be an issue when she moved down there in the first place, which was fine.
Charlotte, right? Or something like that?
No, even farther. Greenville, South Carolina, which is like 4 some hours away, 5 with traffic, so it's kind of fucking far.
And you've been driving down there?
Yeah, and honestly, so I tried to end it when she moved originally, and I don't want to like maybe this is disrespectful to like put all the fucking details out, but yeah, I don't think it's that bad. I wanted to end it when she moved down there originally, just because I was like, look, this is what's probably going to happen, which ended up happening a year later, right? But I will give her credit that the whole long distance thing, like during that part, worked, because like there was still like sort of a chance I could move down there, you know. But now that there's not really a chance I'm gonna move down there, I think it's just silly to continue.
I mean, did it just fizzle, or did it go out in a ball of flames?
It kind of just there was no ball of flames in terms of like an argument or anything. It was like so it's kind of fucked up. Like it's actually kind of fucking sad because like she came up for the Valentine's Day weekend and we had a lot of fun the last time we saw each other. But then she started asking me about like, all right, so are you gonna get a job down here? And I'm like, it's looking like no, because I don't know. In terms of like job opportunities, there's more for me down here with my current resume because I've got people sniping me out of school.
Right. You could go and you could make it work. You just don't want to.
Yeah. Well, so I could go down there and I could get a job, but it would be a worse job, and I would have to start farther down the ladder, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I got it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So,
how many times you beat off in the past like 3 days? Like 50?
No, I'm doing all right. I know she is definitely not my biggest fan, but I think she's coming around to like the logic, sort of. I don't know. Maybe
So you were just like, hey, this is dumb. Like we need to stop doing this.
Yeah, kind of. I was trying to be like realistic about like what was actually going to happen, and like my thought process was, let's just rip the Band-Aid off rather than fucking torture each other, right?
Mm.
And she wasn't buying it at all, but the longer the conversation went, the more I think I sort of convinced her. But she's not my biggest fan. But she's going to be alright. So am I. It's going to be fine.
Right. When you texted her the picture of that random Tinder chick holding your dick, that kind of sealed the deal, huh?
No. I think she'll be alright.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, you know, all that, man, that shit's hard, but it's like, I saw, you know who Jocko Willink is? He's like that Navy SEAL that writes books and does motivational shit. But anyway, some kid tweeted him like, I'm a really young guy, I'm going into the Marines and I'm leaving for boot camp in a few months, but like, my girlfriend of 2 years is really emotionally dependent on me. Like,
that's not gonna work.
What can I do? And he's like, whatever you do, go to boot camp. Just like, you know what I mean? Just like, that shit clouds your mind when you're, you know, I mean, young, old, whatever, like, clouds your mind. You just kind of have to cut through that and make the right decisions.
Yeah,
but you guys, honest, so like 2 years,
something like longer. That. A year and a half ish.
All right,
something like that. I mean, dude, it was pretty hard. I'll be honest. Like of all the breakups, that was probably the hardest one, just because there wasn't like a ball of fire. It wasn't like nobody was wronged, and we both obviously still cared about each other, but it's just a geographical fucking tragedy. I don't know how else to fucking say it.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, she's got a job where she's got to move, and she might move again.
Right.
So,
like, the harsh reality of it is like, if it was like the best thing in your entire life, you could make it work. You know what I mean? Like, it just wasn't. So you like, pro con cost benefit, and you're just like, hey, we're gonna need to do something different.
Yeah, I mean, I could have absolutely made sacrifices and gone down there and just been like, fuck it, I'm gonna make less money, and like considerably less. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's all good, dude.
I think
you just need to get back on your wagon.
Yeah, I'm sharpening up a little bit. I've never been one of the people that's like, oh, I gotta wait a certain amount of time before I get back in there. I haven't done anything.
You're a dude.
I don't know.
That's how it works.
But I think she's gonna be all right. She's a hot redhead, and I just looked at her Instagram. Maybe she's over it. I don't know. Look at this. Oh fuck. Oh, this is. Let's get your thoughts on this, Dope.
All right.
This is her most recent Instagram post. Does that sound like?
Uh,
I'm so fucking grateful for my ex. That song. Do you know that song?
uh,
It's a pop song.
I gotta hang on. I gotta fucking log into my Instagram.
Really? It won't let you.
That's stupid.
It won't let you.
Hang on a second.
Oh.
'Cause
Shit.
she's-
Oh, it's a private account. Oh fuck. Well, never mind.
Is it not her the account that I have on my thing?
Oh, maybe it is. I don't know.
Hang on. Keep going, and I'll look at it in a second.
Oh, I don't know. But anyway, like I was saying, she's a hot redhead. I think she'll be fine.
Yeah, I saw. Like I said, I saw something that was like some post about put me at the top of your list or some shit. And I was like, oh, all's not good in the fucking hood. But when are you done with Weld School?
Fucking 6 weeks ish, something like that. I'm halfway done next week with the semester.
How long was it?
2 semesters. But
Oh, okay.
the thing is that coming out, I mean, I learned a fucking shitload, and I mean that my first semester was like 22 credit hours. So like that first semester was crazy. This one's not quite as bad. I've learned a lot, but I mean, it's one of those things where I'm still going to be learning a ton on the job too. Like there's so much to learn, you just can't know it all. So
Right. Yeah, we get into like some really weird alloys and other kinds of shit. I don't know if you guys did that. Oh yeah, so I guess it's a different account because I used to follow her and like now I don't anymore.
Huh.
So I can't see it. So what does it say? What does it say?
I can just control V it to you. 1 second. I don't know if this means she's angry or if this means she's... I don't know. She looks good in the picture though, so she'll be alright. 1 second, sorry. This is the worst fucking podcast, dead air. How do I send pictures?
I don't know, but I know in the next Hive Mind podcast, you'll be like, look at all these Tinder chicks that I that I got to swipe right on.
I've casted the net. There we go. I sent it to you on Skype. You should be able to see it.
I'm so fucking grateful for my ex. Clap. And that is her butt and midriff.
Yeah.
I think it's
that fucking song by that. It's like a popular song right now. I can't think of her name. Ariana Grande, I think.
Yeah.
You
got her in a little better shape, I think, overall, than like when you started. So that's good. You look like you're not that fat anymore. Like you look like you still maintained some of your fitness.
Yeah.
Most of your fitness.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
No, I definitely made progress in terms of like muscle mass. I'm definitely not as lean, but
right.
Whatever. That'll come back.
Yeah, I got back into this the gym here. I lost a bunch last year, and then I got that. I think we had a podcast where I got really sick, like right after. Because if you said we were in August, yeah, I got really sick right before that, and that kind of just made me like neutral, like stagnate for a few months, and my anxiety got really bad. I started taking you know what CBD oil is? That's
fucking the weed shit, right? It's
yes.
Like
so my anxiety got really bad, and it sucks, man. It's just like stupid shit that I would like freak out about. And I went to this doctor. You don't get to see doctors anymore. You have to see fucking nurse practitioners. And this is like mine is kind of a weird chick. She's like a nurse practitioner, like super into tofu, lesbian, natural person.
Huh.
But anyway, you'd think for somebody like that, she's like, yeah, we need to put you on Lexapro every day.
Would she tell you to hit the gym and lose weight?
No, not at all. She wanted to put me on like Lexapro, which is like an SSRI, like a like a fucking anti-anxiety thing. And like that shit scares me, bro. Like
I don't fuck that shit. You'll end up shooting up a school or something.
I was reading about the side. So one of the side effects of those kind of medications, like if you stop taking it, are called brain zaps. Have you heard of this?
No.
So apparently you're just like sitting there chilling, and all of a sudden it's like you get shocked in your brain. It's like, and your like brain like fucking spazzes out for a second. Like, how scary is that? You know what I mean? Like, no way, dude. So I was I was reading about stuff, and CBD is pretty big right now. Like, there's
Yeah.
a lot of like, it's like the new hotness.
I know it helps like kids with seizures and shit.
Yeah. So I ordered some from Portland. One of my friends on the podcast group that we used to do cold, he recommended it to me because he's a big like marijuana dude.
Mhm.
But yeah, basically it's like if you take the plant and extract everything but the THC, pretty much. So it doesn't get you high, it doesn't make you fail drug tests, like all that kind of shit, but it has the other effects. So that's what I started taking, and it's worked, man, surprisingly.
Huh, well.
So it's been good. It's been rolling in life. I mean, life's been pretty boring, but I mean, it's still things are better now. I bought been playing Anthem. Everybody hates Anthem.
Really? What do you think?
I fucking love it. I mean, it's got its problems, right? Like, 100% admit, like, the loading screens are bad. The loot used to be bad. Like, the leveling up is kind of blah. But tell you what, man, just for like core shooter gameplay and story, like, I'm fucking yeah, it's so fun. Because the 4 different, have you played it all?
No.
Okay, but you've like seen enough of the shitty reviews and watched probably a stream or two, right?
Yeah. I've seen it. There's like some crazy Iron Man shit going on.
Yeah, so it's like Mass Effect meets Destiny meets Borderlands meets Iron Man. So you like fly around, and then there's basically just like hordes of mobs that you kill. But there's like 4 different suits that you can get. One of them's like a gunner. One of them's like a big like tank Colossus thing. One of them's like a Warframe ninja melee assassin dude, and then one of them is like a mage, like a gun mage. And they play all real differently, but you can pick up like different, things. Like, you can get rockets for your shoulders, or you can get a flamethrower, or you can get like a Gatling gun. You get all kinds of shit, but like the core actual gameplay is what makes that game. Like, once you actually play it and start doing
the Iron Man shit looks pretty wild.
It's pretty fun. So I played it I did the EA Access thing on PC. So there's like $15. You can just play the full game for a month. And I was like playing it so much, I was like, fuck it, I'll just buy it for console.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that. I started Mythic raiding in WoW again for a while.
And what do you think of BFA now it's been out? Last time we had the podcast, it had just come out.
Yeah, and I was like fucking, dude. So
yeah, you weren't playing it, if I remember right. Like, you weren't that into it, right?
Not really. So I had a guild for a while that was like one night a week, heroic on Friday night, and that was pretty good. And that died with Legion. So that never happened in BFA, and then there was no reason to log on anymore, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like I kind of sort of was just like playing it here and there, and then I got kind of back into it because I joined this guild that people from Static, my old guild, used to raid in. Anyway, long story short, I started Mythic raiding again because I got hooked, and dude, I'm too old. Like that game, like my personality.
Harder.
Yeah, I'm worse now than I used to be, but I'm not bad. But I'm worse now than I used to be. And I mean, that's not really the thing. But it's just like,
feeling. So am I.
I'm just it's this like, I have an addictive personality anyway, and like I need to not raid in WoW, like because then I'm like, oh, I got to do these dailies, I got to do this, you know what I mean? Like all the little Mickey Mouse addictive shit they make you do. And I start getting like back into it. But yeah, I was Mythic raiding for like 2 nights a week. The end of old year, and then in this tier, BFD, or BOD or BFD, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I just quit because I was like, fuck it, I need it. I want to go to the gym on those nights. Plus, I still got school, so like I had school Mondays and Wednesdays, and then I got like, I was raiding Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it's like, fuck it, I just want to go to the. So.
Yeah, doing the school work and fucking WoW and family, like, yeah, that's a little much.
Yeah, for sure. So I still play it. Like, I did a key like earlier tonight, but like I'm not raiding anymore. So
yeah, I played. Did you ever see what I was doing in BFA? Like the Guardian PvP shit. That was fucking entertaining as fuck. Like the guy that commentates BlizzCon, like we faced him and beat him in arenas, and he like tweeted about it. It was pretty funny.
The black dude?
No, the Supatees guy.
Oh, okay. Got it. I thought you meant the guy that main commentates, Malik or whatever his name is. The dude, the black guy with the Michelle Moore.
Zico?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Malik something or other. Uh,
I'm talking about.
he's not the PvP commentator. He's like the
Oh,
actual.
oh,
He's
I know
like
who
the
you're talking about. Yeah, the skinny black guy.
Yeah, Malik Forte.
Yeah,
So,
he's
like,
not. He's not on the arena side though. I've never seen him do anything with the arena part.
no. He's just like that guy on the left.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, how about how about all these layoffs, man? Like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, they're actively like killing a lot of like they killed Heroes of the Storm basically. Like, they just released that Overwatch character Baptiste, who is like the most uninspired design character ever. Have you played him on the PTR?
I heard some people like him, but I didn't. It wasn't something.
I'm talking
I
about
had to
just
play.
design. I'm not talking about like coolness. I'm talking about like just his look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like a random black dude with space boots. Fucking GG. Like, I don't know.
He didn't really excite me too much, to be honest.
Yeah, and everybody's playing Apex now. Are you playing Apex?
I've played a good bit of Apex. It's pretty fun.
So BRs are not my kind of game.
Yeah,
They're just not.
But Apex is probably my favorite one of all.
Yeah,
of them.
it is probably the best BR. I'll give you that. It's good, and which is surprising because like it had no. It's
Dude,
like
that was a brilliant, like the brilliant,
no hype,
like,
nothing.
yeah. Because if they would have marketed it, people would have been like Fortnite clone. Like they wouldn't have actually like this forced people to actually play the game and try it.
Right.
Rather than come in with preconceived notions. They like if they didn't do that, then people would be like, "This is a fucking Overwatch ripoff, Overwatch clone."
Yeah, Overwatch BR. That's the fucking next.
Yeah.
That's the next thing. Somebody was saying today, like the next BR needs to be like a like. Did you ever play that game Twisted Metal?
No, but I've seen it. The car crashing.
Yeah, like a car BR. Like fucking. What's the car soccer game?
Rocket League, yeah.
But yeah, like fucking Twisted Metal Rocket League BR game. Yeah,
the thing that I've always thought would be interesting to do, and I don't think Nintendo will ever do it because they're a hardware company too, is a Nintendo MOBA. I think could work.
Yeah. I mean, isn't Smash Brothers like kind of that genre? Not a MOBA, but I mean like kind of that like group party game kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like,
I think they have enough to work with to have like a MOBA universe.
yeah, but MOBAs are just like MOBAs and BRs need to just die from fiery death.
I wonder if we'll ever get back to the golden age of like MMOs. Like I wonder if this is like cyclic to where like MMOs will be on top again.
I don't know, man.
Because there was a time where MMOs were like on top.
Yeah.
Where there was like $100 million MMOs being made like every fucking year.
I don't even think. I'm trying to think of what's the next MMO. Ashes? Yeah, right. Ashes.
Yeah. We actually talked about that last podcast too. There's some like new drama around Ashes of Creation.
What is that?
I don't know. I don't know specifically what it is, but I think they're like censoring people on the forums or something, like censoring feedback.
Awesome.
Crowfall is actually coming along really nicely though.
Dude, is that ever gonna launch?
This year.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. I have the early access, and I mean I've played it a couple times, but like every time I've tried to play it, I was just like, I'll just wait for this game to launch, and then I'll actually try it.
Yeah, you're not really well, the game is like there's like hundreds of people playing it like concurrently now, like pretty much all the time. So it's enough of a game to have that. The majority of people that have backed the game are not playing it, but there's enough of a game to have a decent concurrent population. But it's one of those games right now where you can be like, I can't be fucked to play this, because you need to be like organized with a team to have fun. Like you can't just drop in solo and have a good time. Like you need to be like, hey, I'm in here with my guild, or you gotta join a guild or something like that.
Yeah, I dropped in it and I was just like, all right, let me go punch trees for a while.
Yeah, it's brutal, man. It's just a game you can't play solo. You have got to play with a group.
I can't, dude. That's the other thing. Like Atlas, that game Atlas that came out, I was kind of hyped about for like a day. I can't fucking punch trees. I can't punch trees. I can't do BRs. I can't do like fucking. What was that other game that we just talked about? Like these throwaway games. I just can't. I don't know, man. MMOs, like I don't think, I mean, so I guess like there's a couple like Pantheon, right? And then there's like a couple of them, but like they all look like they're from like 1998, and I don't know, man. There's not like a WildStar or like
No,
or
there's no $300 million MMO in the wings, unless somebody is like what not. So what I've always thought would be crazy ever since Apex Legends came out. This is not possible. Like I don't think they could QA test it. But imagine if an MMO like WildStar dropped with no hype, no marketing, it just comes out and it's like a fully fucking developed MMO. That would be the most insane shit ever, but it would be impossible to do.
I don't know, man. Like
the amount of QA testing that happens in beta for MMOs is crazy.
But think about, you're right, but think about like if you were going to launch a new MMO, right? Like you don't have to launch it with everything that like WildStar had at launch, right? Like couldn't you soft launch an MMO with like, hey, you have to have all the zones, you have to have questing, right? Obviously. But like maybe you have like 4 dungeons and like a raid. And you just drop that. And then you start adding like other stuff and you kind of iterate on it. Like I mean that's kind of the model that games go to nowadays anyway.
Well,
man.
The thing with MMOs is that there's so many features. Like it's different than any other genre in that regard. Like a BR game, it's kind of easier to do that because like it's one map, a few heroes, a few like guns. Like it's not that crazy in terms of things that have to be tested in like user interface shit that has to be created and bug tested, and it's not as insane.
Right. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know, man. That's just like why like games like Anthem, like you're not gonna play that for 10 years, but I mean, it's pretty fun. Like it's not gonna be like I don't know. Like the WoW, like people are falling off on WoW. Like I don't know what the subscription thing is, but like WoW's not doing what it used to do, and it's just because like every fucking decision that comes out of like Blizzard, you just look at it and you go like, who the fuck thought that would be a good idea? Like, do you see the new thing? Like they made a portal room and they took off like portals from like everywhere else, so like a lot of places are now much harder to get to or inaccessible. And like the response from Blizzard was like, taking off portals and makes the world feel bigger because now you have to take the fucking boats again. It's like what? Like
that genie's out of the bottle though. Like I don't know. That's like that seems so. Like they can't do that at this point in WoW.
They did.
Can't, yeah. Well, they can't do that. Like it's just a half measure. Like they tried to in what was the expansion? Warlords of Draenor, right? They said we're not giving people flying. And I was like, oh shit, like this is like a turning point in the game where they're going to go back to their roots, right? But they caved on it. They gave people flying. Well, if people have flying, they might as well have fucking portals.
Kinda. They gave them flying, like, they're still not flying in BFA.
Oh,
right?
Really? I figured it would have gotten to the point.
No.
It's got to be close, right?
What they do now is expansion launches, there's no flying, and then you have to wait 2 patches. So, like, they're about to drop patch 1.5. Flying is in patch 8.2. So that'll probably be like June or July.
Yeah, that's fairly close.
So, but I mean, like by that time, the expansion is fucking
like over. Yeah,
a little long in the tooth. You know what I mean? So it's just like, because I mean, like, fuck, dude, I have 10 120s, and like I have like
that's crazy.
one and a half more characters to level, and then I've leveled everything for So. Yeah, I have one of every class. So, it's just like, I don't know, man. It's just all these decisions are just like, they got rid of tier because...
I thought that was stupid.
And then now that they got Azerite, and fucking nobody likes Azerite. 0 people like Azerite.
Yeah, I don't like it.
So, I don't know. Just a bunch of weird decisions. But,
I did have fun playing a tank druid in PvP, though. And shitting on people. That was
that must be the only place that bears are good, because they're certainly not good at raids.
They've been bad, dude. What is up with the class balancing, dude? Like, are our fucking brewmasters still gods, or do they ever get nerfed? Because I actually rated like somewhat competitively at the start of BFA.
They are, but you can't find them.
and they were gods. Like my fucking brewmaster tank that I made, like, because I was the off tank, like he would just do shit that was retarded, like with stagger or whatever. Like what the fuck?
Well, I mean, like I think there was a fair amount of abilities that just like they wouldn't get hit with. They would just, you know.
Yeah, dude, this guy would just
dodge
like
'em.
this guy would just literally stand in the mechanics, like the tank mechanics, like tank swap. He'd like, nah, I'm just gonna stagger this. It's like, well, why the fuck am I even here?
Right, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, it's hard to find brewmasters, but again, man, like everybody, all my friends have quit. You know, we log on like here and there to do keys and stuff, and keys are still kind of fun, but I don't know. I wonder what this BlizzCon's going to be. Like, they're going to have to announce something. They're going to have to announce the next WoW X pack, I think. They're going to have to announce Diablo after that shit show that was fucking Diablo Immortal.
Yeah.
Did we podcast? No. So that was in November.
Yeah. Don't you guys have phones?
Man, was that the most cringy shit ever?
Oh,
like
man, that was rough. I feel bad for that developer that was like had to be up there and just eat shit.
He was about to cry.
And all the people like didn't ask their pre-screen questions. Like they would never ever allow somebody to ask that question if it was pre-approved. So what that guy did is he had a different pre-approved question that he told them, and then asked him the question he actually wanted to ask.
Yeah, and then they threw him out.
That guy's a fucking G. Did he get kicked out of BlizzCon?
Oh yeah, they got escorted out. Yeah.
Did he lose like his ticket or like?
Yeah, like you can't come back. Like you're done. Like you can't. I mean, let's be honest. I mean,
dude, like multiple people. It
was a dick move.
I think a few people asked questions like that.
No, his was maybe, but his was the only one that was like, "What the fuck is this?"
I mean,
you know what I mean?
What everyone but like fucking was thinking. So
yeah, of course. But I mean, still, like the dude on the stage wasn't his decision. You know what I mean? Like. Don't be a dick to that guy. So I don't know, man. It's just like zero interest in playing that fucking game.
No,
like that is purely a corporate like fucking thing just to make money.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Have you seen the Dota card game reaction?
No, is that Artifact?
Yeah, dude, this is hilarious. I'll link it.
I don't know.
When they revealed this, everyone thought it was a new Dota.
Let me see. Oh, I didn't see the reveal.
Dude, people are so hyped and then it's oh.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean the Diablo Immortal one's pretty bad too.
Oh yeah. That's
especially because I think that same company had a game that was the exact same architecture, just not Diablo. Like the same controls, the same exact everything. Dude, it just wasn't Diablo.
If you've been keeping up with YouTube, like just general companies putting out like shit on YouTube has just been getting fucking dislike bombed. Like the Gillette thing, like wow.
Oh, I didn't ever actually see that, but it was something about like do better as a man or something.
Yeah,
be a better man. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
It was pretty bad.
And then Nike with Kaepernick, and then Nike to have that dude's fucking shoe explode on the court.
Yeah, dude, that's some bad marketing.
Can you imagine what it's like being in Nike's boardroom and just like the biggest game of college basketball in probably like the past couple years with the #1 overall like NBA prospect, and he's in your shoe, and you're like gonna gun for his shoe deal, and it fucking explodes and it hurts his knee.
Yeah, the fact that it hurt him too is a big deal.
Oh my god, man! Nike's shares just.
I feel bad. Dude, think about what they did to the 8-year-old that made that thing.
I know. It probably killed him.
Yeah.
They probably just threw him out the window immediately. But yeah.
They probably didn't do that because the suicide net would have caught him.
That's true. They and then they started selling $150 Kaepernick jerseys after Kaepernick probably got like 40 or 50 million from the NFL from winning that stupid collusion case.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be buying one of those.
No. How about old Kraft, man, getting the tug down in Florida?
That's man, pour one out for the homie.
I mean, you're a 77-year-old billionaire widower, right?
You think he'd be a little like you think he'd have this shit locked down already, not at the.
Apparently, Trump was on Stern, like Howard Stern, like a couple of years ago, saying that like it's incredibly hard for like old white billionaires to get laid for some reason.
Really?
And yeah, and I don't know what the reasoning was. Let me see if I can find like something about that.
I mean, yeah, maybe they're so famous that people, like, every whore out there will just try to extort them. Like, they can't find an honest whore. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. It's so I googled Trump hard for billionaires to get laid, and I did not find what I was looking for. Mark Cuban and Donald Trump, longtime frenemies, could face off in election. Mark Cuban, Trump is the guy in the bar who says anything to get laid. Billionaire Mark Cuban says he'll give Trump $10 million if he agrees to an interview. Yeah, so I can't find it, but anyway. What do you think about Trump now? I mean, it's been like, we're going on, he's got maybe, what, a year and a half left?
No, he's got, what, fucking...
2020, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, so what, 5.5 years left?
Oh, right. I mean, whatever. He's got a year and a half before he's got
5.5 years left
before he gets sworn in again. What do you think about all this shit, man?
I mean, dude, like, I look at it in the sense of, like, is my life better now that he has been the president since 2016 or since he's won the election? Like, and the answer is yes. And I think for just financially, the job market's better. I don't know.
Yeah,
the
so
economy.
Like the financially, man, like
I think the average American is just going to be like, well, are things better than they used to be? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, but I don't think you can like objectively say that. Like, I think for a lot of people, the tax thing, if you really look at like, you don't look at your refund like an idiot, like a lot of people do, but you actually look at like your net, like Texas paid dollar amount. Like for me, it was a net loss. Not a ton, but like a net loss. But I think, you know, for a couple people, it probably was. I think people are too stupid and just look at their refund. And you know how like there's all that press right now about like refunds are down, you know, 10%.
Yeah, well, that's stupid.
Whatever.
The higher your tax refund is, the fucking more you got fucked over.
Kind of. I mean, not necessarily.
Yeah,
but
it means you just gave the government a fucking tax or interest-free loan.
Right. Which is
like, I mean, this year is the first year I've ever gotten a tax return because I'm in school and I'm not making as much money as I used to.
All right. You still working at the dealership?
No, I'm not. Well, so I got this like super overpowered fucking school credit on my taxes. Like I'm sure you know that, right? Did you get one for your grad school shit?
I don't get that because I don't pay for school. I get a GI Bill.
Oh, yeah. Well, so all the money that I paid for tuition and books and shit is a tax
write-off.
Tax write-off. So that was that helped your boy out a lot because I paid for both semesters in the same calendar year. So yeah, that helped quite a bit.
Is welding school expensive?
No, but it just was
2 semesters. Let me guess, $6,000.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not bad at all. I've gotten my money. I got my 2 semesters was $6,000. I got my $6,000 worth out for the first semester. Like it was a really good move.
That's cool.
Yeah,
as long as you find some place to work welding that's not like fucking horrible.
Yeah, no, I think I'll be able to. Just looking around like on online postings and shit, like it's a pretty good time. I think it's not the best time, but I want to get in before the best time. Like I wanted to get in before the fucking boomers retired. So like, you know, you want to be a little ahead of the punch, and so
right.
Because I'm waiting for that to happen. Because the average age of a welder is 58. Like it's coming.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, it's basically now.
Yeah.
Like I said.
Well, now now they're still there now, but they're not going to be there long.
Right. I mean, our outsourced revenue is getting ridiculous with companies just like not being able to do shit themselves anymore, and then we're like a specialty labor fabrication shop, and you know, we just kind of come in and do it for them for a lot of money. But yeah, man, my job is gonna try to make it. So I told my boss, I was like, hey, FYI, like I know that a lot of your plans revolve around me and your other kid, but I'm probably leaving at the end of this year. Just letting you know. And he's like, oh yeah. So like in January, I got like the biggest raise I'd ever gotten at this company. And
there you go.
Yeah, but like I know he thinks that like it's gonna be enough. It's not. Like I'm out still. Gonna go to Florida, I think. Gonna go to Orlando, and yeah, man, be around family. You know, fucking Virginia's too cold, dude. Like it's still fucking cold
compared
outside.
To Florida, yeah.
It's still fucking cold outside. It's March. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's still gonna be cold into April. Like, fucking hate the state.
Well, yeah, compared to Florida, where it's like 70 degrees.
And it'll get cold again in like fucking September. It's just ugh.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. I need more water in my life. But
yeah, I would love to live in fucking Florida or California, but shit's too fucking expensive. Like, it's not worth it to me.
There's no state income tax in Florida or personal property tax.
There's no personal property tax in fucking Florida?
No.
Wow. I know they didn't have income, but
yeah, like for cars and shit.
How do they fucking make all their money?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm thinking back. I know there's not state income tax, and I don't remember ever paying personal property tax. They usually
get you some. Like I've read a whole article about like these states that don't have income tax. They get you other ways.
Let me make sure, because one of our fucking listeners is gonna live in Florida and be like, "Oh, you just fucking know what he's talking about."
Yeah, no, I know they don't have income tax. I remember hearing that. I'm just
There's
curious.
No personal income tax in Florida. Sales tax. They don't have a state income tax. Property taxes. Yeah. Yeah, maybe they do have property tax.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they have like you pay taxes on your house and shit like that, but
yeah, maybe they have like super high real estate tax down there or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they get you. It's not like Florida is like this efficient, like government machine.
No, but what they do, like and talking about social programs and shit like that, like, so I went to college for free in Florida just off of lottery money. So there's a program called Bright Futures. So if you get like a 3.0 in high school, which I mean, any dumbass.
Yeah, like what the fuck? I could have gone to college for free.
You get 75% of your in-state tuition for 4 years, and if you get a 3.5, you get 100% plus books.
Wow.
So and it's all funded by Florida's lottery money. And there's a couple states that have it. I think Tennessee has it, and then there's a couple
Is that
more.
something that you have to apply for, and only a few select people get it, or is that like everybody?
Everybody.
That's ridiculous. How many motherfuckers play the lottery down there? Jesus Christ.
I mean, it ain't that much, right? You're talking in-state tuition, so I mean,
for like everybody that gets a 3.0?
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, how many kids do you think that realistically is?
Dude, that would be a lot of kids where I went to high school. That would be like fucking, I don't know, probably 50% of my graduating class had a 3.0, at least. 3.0 is a fucking B average, right? Like, Florida high schools aren't different in that regard, right?
No, but I mean, like, let's see.
There's a bunch of dumbasses in Florida. Like, I wasn't even that good of a student, and I had like a 3.4, I want to say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, man, it's in-state tuition. It's like, let's see. Here's an article for Florida Bright Futures, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the total of 99,000 students for that one academic year was in the program.
That is insane.
Program shows a total cost of $545 million. So I mean, $545 million is like, it's not like retarded. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 545. And how many students was it? How many people were in the program?
It says 99,500. I mean, like, here, you read that article. I'm not gonna like read it all. That's
like $5,400 a student.
Yeah. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. Because
for a year?
When I went to school, I think tuition for a semester at Florida when I went in 2001 to 2005 was like $3,000.
Yeah.
And you're talking in-state public university, right? It's not like University of Miami. It's not like out of state. You know what I mean? So like, it's can be pretty cheap.
Yeah, I mean,
so.
Yeah,
anyway,
wow.
The larger point is that, like, think about that. Like, if we, I mean, Colorado, when they legalized weed, got so much money in tax revenue the first year they did that, they had to cut every Coloradoan a check for $7 because it was in their state constitution that they couldn't make so much more than like X dollars in tax income, and because of all the tax income from pot, they had to fucking disperse it back out. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
So like, imagine if like nationwide we legalized pot, gambling, and prostitution, and just tax the piss out of it.
If they legalized prostitution, that would be way bigger than weed.
I'm just saying, imagine if they did that. Like, how much shit we could pay for. Like,
what percentage? How much bigger do you think prostitution would be than weed? Like in terms of revenue, income, like fucking 10 times.
I don't know.
I'm not a weed guy, so I don't know.
I mean, like, I think you have to look at like the examples, right? Like, so the example would either be in Nevada, or the example would be in like some place like Amsterdam, right? Where you look at the income there and you see what it is, and then I don't think it's nuts, because I think it's like once the novelty wears off, like people probably do it, but then it's probably like, I don't know, maybe I will. It's Friday, it's been like a month, maybe I'll go get a hooker. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it'll be like, I don't think they'll be like Robert Kraft's just fucking spamming it every day.
Spamming it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but like weed, like I don't know. I think everybody would buy weed. You know what I mean?
I'm not that much of a weed guy. I mean, I'm not like against it, but I'm not like totally like all about it either. The edible shit, I'm a little bit on board with, like in small doses, like just a little bit to take like the edge off. But that's all. I don't like getting super fucking baked.
Well, I just do the CBD stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have any interest in smoking. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, they could pay for it. Like, that's why I like, like Bernie, like the Burns back on board, crazy Bernie.
Dude, we should talk about that.
So like, his program about like free college and all that kind of shit. Like, okay, free college, free healthcare, but like pay for it in these ways. Don't pay for it by like raising taxes.
They don't. I don't think it's possible.
I mean, it is if you legalize those three things.
Yeah.
They finally ruled on like sports gambling, to legalize that.
Yeah, I remember that. We talked about that like fucking 2 years ago, and you're like, yeah, fucking DraftKings. FanDuel, yeah, whatever.
FanDuel. I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I got my autographed Tom Brady jersey. Did I tell you I got one of those?
Yeah, I remember when we did the podcast when you got that thing.
Yeah. So anyway, what were you about to talk? You want to talk about Bernie?
Yeah, how the left loses this election because they've got too many fucking candidates.
I don't think that's true if and only if Joe Biden doesn't run. I think if Joe Biden runs, it's going to do the Hillary Bernie thing, and it's going to split the fucking left, and then they're going to lose. But as it currently stands, I don't think Kamala Harris, whatever her name is, Cory Booker, fucking Elizabeth fucking Pocahontas, I don't think any of those people have enough pull.
They don't have a chance at winning.
No. I don't and I don't think that they significantly take away from Bernie's grasp of the superdelegates and the delegates and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think Joe Biden, if he was to enter that, would have the highest chance of winning of all of those candidates.
Yeah, but Bernie would fuck him up. Like Bernie would do what Bernie did to Hillary, and then Trump is going to get his extra 4 years.
Yeah, no, I think the most realistic thing that's going to happen is Trump is president again.
Do you really think he wants to be president again? Don't you think he wants to
call it a day? I'm almost convinced he didn't want to be president in the first fucking place. Dude, like I honestly sometimes think that he didn't think he could win. Like,
yeah, I'm sure. And then he's like, "Holy shit, maybe I can do this."
Dude, they said on election night that when he won, he went into another room by himself. Like he fucking was like, "Wait, what the fuck just happened?"
Yeah,
that is crazy.
I guess, man. I don't.
That was like the most fun fucking podcast for me. That one we did with Asmongold after Trump won. That was a fucking good podcast. Anyone that hasn't seen that.
Side note: have you seen Asmongold's girlfriend?
Yeah. What is going on there?
I don't know, man. It's got to be the money. It's got to be the money.
it could be personality, man. You never know.
I don't know, but like he's a really tall, lanky white dude. There's no way he's got like a super huge dick. Like that's not what's doing it.
I mean, realistically, yeah. I mean, if he was not a big Twitch streamer, that wouldn't happen. But you know, whatever. It is what it is.
Good for him. Good for him. Anyway, so fuck.
I mean,
no.
I'm sure.
What happened to him?
I'm
by the
sure
way,
he
I
knows
saw
the
that
deal.
I saw he like went like fucking
Yeah, I looked at his
crazy
Twitter and he was
for a
going
while.
like, yeah, he was like having a fucking breakdown or some shit.
Yeah, what's wrong with him? He like tried to stream Dark Souls and then like I guess he just like wasn't good at it, but like it was fucking with him or something because like people were making fun of him because he wasn't good at it. I don't know. Like I don't know what the story is, but I know his Twitter was like all weird. Like everybody's going weird, dude. Asmongold went weird. Fucking Boogie went gay for views.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
I don't know, man.
That is like a prophecy I foretold. The gay for views thing. I was like, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the first YouTuber to be like not actually be gay. But do it for the views.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, holy shit, there's the fucking prophecy. I was like, it's gay for views. Like, I mean, how else do you describe that? He's like, you know, he made a tweet like not that long ago where he was like, I'm totally straight, you know, blah, 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 like, blah, blah. And then he's like, yeah, I made out with a dude and I could see myself with a dude one day. And it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I mean, I like Boogie for the most part. He even made a video talking about me specifically because I left a comment on one of his YouTube videos before he got popular saying that he was going to be popular one day. Again, the prophecy came true. I don't know, man. Like, I think he sort of lost some of that, like, backbone that he had in the earlier days that made him kind of fun to watch.
Well, because, like, his whole Francis shtick was pretty funny.
Yeah.
You know, and, like, yeah. I mean, he just was like a fat dude, don't care, I'm not going to be alive in 5 minutes anyway. You know, and now he's like, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's good that he's got a new lease on life and he had his surgery and he's like skinnier, but
him and there's another guy, Wings of Redemption, that I watch on YouTube. Both got that surgery and they both seem to be doing pretty well.
Tell you what though, man, like I have weight to lose. I would never consider that shit unless it was like medically necessary. Like, fucking no way.
There's some pretty big disadvantages to it. Like,
yeah, like
if you were to try to put on some serious muscle and like bro out and try to like just get fucking jacked, it'd be really hard to do it if you've had that surgery because you can't eat the quantity of food that you need to actually build muscle.
Yeah, and you puke all the time and you can't like keep anything down.
Like I'll eat like fucking 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds of chicken like to hit my fucking the protein numbers I want to hit. Like, good luck doing that when your stomach is the size of a fucking, you know, not even
acorn.
Peanut, yeah, what was it? Yeah, peanut or something. It's something crazy.
It's thumb. I think it's a thumb for a while, and then it like stretches, and then blah blah blah. But like, I don't know. I can't like. I mean, I get it, right? Like, I've been fat like pretty much my whole life. There was a period where I was in pretty good shape, but like, been being a fat guy forever. I can't imagine that like. It would take like I would opt to get my fucking guts rerouted over than just like mustering the willpower to do it if I was really, you know what I mean? Like I get that it's hard, man, and there's like
it's hard for me. Like I flat out like, and I hate to be like one of these people that like says they have an ailment or whatever, because I can't stand that when people like pretend that they've got some bullshit they don't. But like I think I flat out have a fucking eating disorder, because like I'm like one of those fucking dudes where like I have these cheat days that are just retarded. And, like, I have this, like, justification where it's like, well, the cheat day doesn't end until I go to sleep. And, like, I can just eat absurd quantities of food.
Right. So, I mean, you know, like, I don't know, man. It's just like, it just seems so drastic, you know? I mean, like, to like, take your intestines and basically just, like, short-circuit your tract.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things, like, I fucking struggle with keeping on track. Like, I mean, a lot of people probably don't think so because I lost all this weight and like got fairly fucking lean, and I'm decently lean now. Well, not really, but I'm back. I'm on my way back down. But no, it's fucking hard for me, dude. It's not something that I find particularly easy, and like I'm like very self-aware of the fact that I like to eat food because it makes me feel good.
Right.
So like I'm like very conscious of that. And it's so fucking like it's actually kind of sad that I'm aware of the fact that I have this fucking problem and I still manage to do it anyway occasionally. Like what the fuck? But whatever.
Yeah, I mean, that was the whole reason. Like when I was like, look, I need to quit all forms of organized WoW. It's just because like, you know,
Video
like
games help me in that
yeah,
regard.
like what helps me is just being active all the time. Like if I'm thinking about the gym all the time and I'm watching videos about, you know, intermittent fasting and watching it and I'm like just into it, you know what I mean? It's way easier for me to stay focused on like all that than if I'm like, you know, it's dinner, I could eat some spaghetti. You know what I mean? Like,
No, see with me, if I'm really into video games, it's really easy for me to stay on my diet because I get distracted and it's one of those things where it's like, oh shit, I haven't eaten all day. Like now I get to have this awesome like big meal.
I got a I got a stand-up desk for my house
Oh my god.
So I have one at work. So like work, they just bought them for everybody, and like nobody at work liked it. So like I was the only one who uses it. I use it all day at work, and then it was just sitting in the corner. I was like, I mean, they're not cheap. Like a Veridesk is like $400. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, I mean, I wonder if this will sit at my house. So I brought it home and threw my monitor on it. And it's kind of nice, man. Like those nights where I'm like playing like all kinds of shit. I just like you can just raise it up and just fucking stand up for a while and end up feeling better. Like your back. You know, like it doesn't fuck me up because you can adjust the level where your arms aren't like stupid when you're trying to do things.
I can't afford to like have any more shit in my apartment. It's just I got no room.
Well, it sits on top of your desk, so
yeah.
If you have a desk, it would be there.
Yeah, I wonder if I don't know. Dude, this place is so fucking cheap that it's like I fucking am gonna have a hard time justifying leaving. Even though it's like,
what are you now? Like 27?
No, 26.
Okay.
Just turned 26 not that long ago. Just turned 26.
All right.
So I was getting ready. I was getting ready to say 25, but then I realized, oh shit, I turned 26 not that long ago.
Yeah, but like, okay, so like, you know, you're eventually. I mean, I guess if you're not gonna have kids, whatever, right? Like, if you're not gonna do any of that, just fuck it, just do whatever you want. But I mean, like, I would imagine you'd want a wife at some point, right? Like, you're gonna eventually have to. You're gonna eventually have to grow up. You know, I mean, like I'm living in a, you know, we're still living in this apartment after we sold our house, and it's like, I don't know, 1,700 square feet, something like that.
I don't even know what the square foot of my apartment is.
I mean, it's a three bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment, so it's pretty big.
I mean,
but like
the people that are watching this on YouTube can literally see my kitchen from my living room.
Yeah, and when you go pee, I can hear you pee from fucking the mic that's on your desk. Yeah, so I mean, like, and that's fine, but I mean, like, I don't know. I would just think one day, like, because, like...
No, I think what'll happen is, like, when it prevents me from getting laid is when I'm like, all right, like, now I gotta upgrade this shit. Like, I can't be X age bringing ladies over to my fucking closet.
Right. Exactly. So
far...
Yeah, I mean,
prevented me.
Yeah, but you know, there's the thing too. Like,
I'm getting kind of old now, man.
You'll get all this money once you get a job, right? Once you get a real job, and like, you're probably gonna want a house at some point, right? Like,
yeah, well, I've got a strategy for that. I don't know if I'll be able to. I'll have to wait though, man. I'm waiting. Like, so my strategy with the house is I'm waiting for the boomers to start dying / going into retirement homes, and then I'm gonna buy a house. Because they're the ones hanging on to all these fucking houses.
Okay. But I mean, out in fucking, like, where you live, like, this shit's not that bad. You can find a house.
It's not. You can find, like, the market is
49 acres for, like, fucking $2,000 out there. Because
buy a house for fucking
wilderness.
Yeah, no, it's definitely cheaper to live here. But, I mean... And I think a lot of people are going to have the same idea, but, like, there's going to be so many fucking boomers that are dying and going into fucking old people houses that, like, the market is going to be so saturated. Like, I think it could be, like, another 2008 or even cheaper.
Yeah, maybe.
Like,
I don't know, man. Like,
old motherfuckers have all the houses.
We'll get a house again. I mean, it's one of those deals, like, but the apartment is saving us, like, a ton of money. Like, you know, I've got Vanguard. Like, I just started Vanguard last April, I think. So it's not even been a year, and I've got like 12 something in there
That's good.
already. So I mean, like, you know, Vanguard's going good. Like the 401k thing, like fell off the fucking cliff for a while with Trump after it went up, and then it's kind of.
Well, yeah, that's to be expected. That fucking meteoric rise in like 2016, like that shit. There's no way that could keep going. That was fucking retarded.
So that's sort of coming back, and you know, I mean, I don't know, dude. Like money is one of those things where it's like, if you don't buy a house or you live in an apartment your entire life, you don't really own anything. You're not gonna have kids. You know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna do? Have the best fucking like 10 years anyone's ever had?
It's no, you buy your time. That's my life goal. My strategy is I don't want to have to work when I'm in my like 45, 50. I just want to be able to fucking, not that I'm gonna like be some person that just sits on their ass and like doesn't do anything, but like I'd like to not have to have a job where I am grinding it out, you know?
Well, what you can do is what my buddy did, and he just quit working and married a fucking anesthesiologist, and now he just fixes Porsches on the weekend, buys Porsches and fixes them and sells them. That's his job because she makes like fucking $400. So
well, I'm on the right track.
So you're not gonna make $400 as a welder.
No, and so in terms of like, no, I've been on the Tinder grind a little bit. Not nothing too crazy though.
Yeah, nothing to report yet.
What?
Nothing to report yet.
One of the girls I went on a date with is getting her fucking doctorate in like stock market shit. Like, so.
Yeah. She could suck at it. You never know.
I don't know. Yeah.
So I know a guy, and we'll leave it at that. But I know a guy. You ever heard of the website Seeking.com?
Is this like a sugar daddy thing?
Yeah, it used to be called Seeking Arrangement, but now it's just called Seeking. But basically, it's where like if you've got a lot of money and you're a single dude, or you're a dude, I guess, doesn't have to be single. You got a lot of money, and you like just want to be a sugar daddy, and like you're a chick, and like you just want to get sugar
have to get sugar, acquire it.
So you just like go on this thing, and you're just like, hey, what's up? And then you go like hang out like at a restaurant or something to see like if it would be compatible or whatever, and you guys want to do it, and then you just like figure it out. And so he got a promotion, been doing some making a lot more money, and that's his thing now. Like,
is he liking it?
He's there's this chick that he's been seeing like on the regular that's like 10x out of his league, and he's cool with it. Like they go hang out, they go to dinner or whatever, they fuck, do whatever, whatever, and he pays her, and she just goes about her other life, or you know what I mean. And it's like they're dating, but they're not really dating.
It must be nice to be a female. What the fuck?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean that I don't know if that life is for me, but I guess like if you got the money, dude, and you like want to, and you're not like, see, the thing with me with that shit is like I would just know.
Are there bargain sugar daddies or bargain sugar babies? Like you pay their electric bill and they're like
Splenda daddies?
Yeah.
Like artificial sweetener daddies?
Diet Pepsi daddies? I don't know.
I think there are, probably.
You pay some bitch's electric bill?
I think the quality of the product goes way down.
Yeah, probably.
you get what you pay for, I think, in this sense. But
I'm
but you don't need that. You can just cruise for like normies.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of been my long-term strategy, right? Is that like right now I'm a fairly good-looking fella. But that's not going to last forever. It's going to last for like a while longer because men age way better than women do. But like as my looks degrade, my assets will be increasing rapidly. So that's my strategy.
Right. So in like 20 years, you're going to be on the website being like, look here.
Fuck yeah, man. Fuck it.
Here's the flat rate. Take it or leave it.
Yeah, really.
Just leave your picture in the comments. I'll contact you if you're selected.
Shit.
Oh, man. I mean, like, I guess that was Robert Kraft's strategy, but like, it's just like I've seen a lot of people that were like, why would you go to like a little fucking, mom and pop $60 rub and tug in Jupiter, Florida?
Like you've heard about those matchmaker people, right? That are like straight up pimps, like that one woman in New York or whatever, like
madams.
Yeah, the madam. Why doesn't he? What's going on? Like, why doesn't he use one of those?
I think it's just like I heard somebody, one of the madams, pretty famous one to celebrities, was saying that like they just want it to be low key. You know what I mean? They don't want like all the rigmarole around it. They just want to go like some unknown like.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's probably it's like the what's the word I'm looking for? The scandalous.
Experience?
Yeah, like it's not scandalous when it's a fucking business transaction, but when it's like a shady backdoor thing, it's probably gets their rocks off.
It's hotter.
Yeah.
So you know what's funny? So I took some criticism for this, not opinion, but just fact. So like, you know, the everybody's like all up in arms because they're like, oh, it's sex trafficking, you know, and it's like blah blah.
What?
So
the fucking people sucking Robert Kraft's dick?
Yeah. So apparently they're like, oh, you know, there was evidence that they lived there and blah blah blah, and then they're like, you know, sex trafficking. It's usually like, it's like, how would you feel it was your daughter, like little girls? So I get it, right? Like that's a problem. Sex trafficking is a problem. Like I'm sure there are kids caught up in it. But to contrast that, so when I lived in Bahrain for 6 months when I was in the Navy, so like there's a lot of that there, right? And like the enlisted guys on my ship would take advantage of these services like all the time. So like if I wanted to go out and have fun with the guys, like I had to go. Number one, like there's no alcohol like just out and about like in bars. All the bars are in hotels. So if you want to like do anything, you have to go to a hotel to like, you know, watch World Cup or drink or whatever. So you go to these hotels and there's all these like hookers in there. So like my guys would, you know, take whatever. And so I would like strike up conversations with these women because they were around, right? And I'm just chilling. And so I was like, hey, so like what's the deal? Like with like, how does this work? Like fucking tell me. And this chick was like, so most of us are Thai, right? And there's a madam.
Men?
No, they're chicks, but they're like, there's a madam, and basically the madam fronts them the money for a visa, right? So say that's like $5,000, whatever it is. So it pays for their visa. They come over there, and then they have to pay them back like 10x that money, right? So like say the visa is for, I don't know, a year or 2 years. Until they pay back like 10x that money, they can't leave whatever hotel it is. So like, or the base, right? They have to stay there. So they hook, they do whatever, they pay it back. As soon as they do, they're free to come and go from the hotel as they want to. And for the rest of the time that their visa is there, like half the money they make, they can send back to their family, right? And she said like, dude, chicks line up like down the street to do this because it's so much money that they can send back to their family. It sets their family up for like years. So like, I get that like maybe over here like there's probably like Taken type scenarios where like there's chicks that are just like drugged 24/7 and you're fucking in like a tent in a Connex box somewhere. But like over there, like they were like willing participants. You know, I mean they certainly didn't love banging like random dudes, but like for the money that they were making, a lot of them had apartments, a lot of them had like pretty good situations. You know,
I'm not even sure what the like. I would have to be. It's not like a moral thing to where I would not pay for sex, because like I can definitely understand why people do, because like if you break it down, everybody kind of pays for sex.
Right, you did for like 2 years.
What do you mean? oh, yeah, I get what you mean. Sorry, I'm fucking slow. But like everyone sort of does, right? It's like I put all this time, like if time is money, right? And I put all this time in the gym like to look presentable so I can get laid. I'm sort of paying for it, right? Just not directly.
And dinner.
If time is, and all the other bullshit and everything else you got to do, right? So I can understand why people just want to go direct to the source and just buy it, right? But like, I would have to be pretty wealthy to like, I don't know what the going rates are. Like for that to just be like like fucking is fun, but like, is it that fun?
So
like, is it like $200 of fucking 15 minutes fun? Like I don't know.
No, like so. I think it can be. It depends on the quality of the product, number one. But like, just to give you a frame.
Even if the quality of the product is good, like I've fucked some hot girls, and I don't know if I pay.
I mean, dude, in like Vegas, if you get like one of those like real like high dollar like celebrity ones, I think that's like for a night, like probably like $2,500, $3,000.
That's so not. I would not do that.
But like, just to give you, I mean, my buddy, you know, he's probably in like the couple hundred range for dates. That is probably just like, you know, I don't, maybe she sleeps over, maybe she doesn't. I think that's more like normal.
A couple hundred for a maybe?
No, maybe. Well, she
like
definitely
200.
She definitely bangs him, but it's like whether she sleeps over or just leaves, later that
Yeah,
evening.
see, that's a more reasonable thing, right?
Right.
Maybe it's
That's
just
still a lot of
me.
money.
Yeah, like, so it seems like this price is exponential, right? So to fuck like an 8, it's what, $200 to fuck an 8, but to fuck a 10, it's like 2,000. Like, what the fuck?
That's how stuff works, though. I mean, like,
I guess I'm more of a bargain.
Think about the gas miles in your car.
I'd rather go with the 8 than the fucking 10.
Right.
I'd rather go with the 8 fucking 25 times than the 10 once.
I mean, it can go the other way too. I mean, you start getting down to like the 3-4 range.
I
You
need
probably
a
got like
pack of cigarettes.
you and your friend Alexander Hamilton making it work, running like a 2 or 3. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, there's a there's a website called what's it called? crackwhoreconfessions.com. And like
oh my god.
the whole point of the porn, like, I don't know how this guy's still alive. Like, I don't know how he doesn't have something. But like, he just finds these like drugged out like fucking bitches and he puts them in a hotel room, and like the first half of the porn is them telling like their fucked up stories. And then he ends up like raw dogging them and then they just like go away. I don't know. It's just, I don't know, man. Some people just watch.
I saw this one fucking porn clip where the camera, like, during the entire thing, the cameraman was just roasting the chick that was getting fucked. And it was hilarious. Like, the guy could have been a fucking comedian. That's how fucking funny it was. But that's shit, man. That's fucking hilarious that, like, porn has reached this, like, meta level.
Yeah. I mean, there's porn for everything, dude. Everything. I still like the cam girl thing. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, so that's the one thing I would do if I was like absurdly rich, is I would go to these cam girl websites and make them do weird shit that makes no sense. Not like anything sexual, but like, hey baby, I want you to put on a powdered wig and read the Constitution. And then just like give her $2,000. Like, she's got to do it. And now everybody in there watching has to watch this shit.
Just go to the most popular ones.
Yeah.
There's like 40,000 people watching, and they're just like, they're all just mad.
That's the kind. If I was a billionaire, that is the shit I would do.
That's amazing. That's a pretty good one too, because it's just people are like, but like, there's the one dude who's still beating it like like it's going out of style.
All the constitutionalists are just like, fuck yeah.
Man, I don't know. I guess Bernie.
Right to bear arms. Bernie's like, I'm going soft.
Oh my god.
Get the pudding.
Oh man. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I would do.
What do you think of the old AOC? That's kind of been a new meme that's popped up since last time we did the podcast. She wasn't really a thing until recently.
I hit it. She looks alright.
She has the fucking crazy eyes from hell.
Oh, she's insane. Like, I mean, she's probably smart, whatever, but like, I just mean, like, if you like wronged her in a relationship, like, she would probably smash your entire house.
Yeah, she's got the crazy eyes for sure.
Yeah, them Latina women. I come from my first wife was Latina, and I've dated a bunch of them, and man, they're just the aggression levels can be off the chart. If you wrong them.
Aggression levels can be off the chart.
If you wrong them. Yeah, I saw it. It's so I don't really talk to any of them anymore, but I have my I just came across my first wife's Instagram, and she's like now like about to be the cover model for like Jet Set magazine. She's like Miss World Peru now, and it's just like, okay,
damn,
like, yeah, I can't see that on Instagram anymore. It's just like, good for her, or whatever.
Sad?
She's banging some like 50-year-old white-haired rich dude down in Miami who drives like a fucking Maserati convertible. And they have like
the one that you shit in the litter box?
No, that was the pharmacist.
Wait, so you've been married previously twice?
No, once. I wasn't married. I wasn't married to the pharmacist. We just dated for like, talk about like how your life changes, man. Like, so I was getting out of the Navy. This was like 2010, and I was getting ready to go back to Florida. Like I would have been in Florida, but like I had been dating her, and I met her on like Match, I think, or eHarmony, one of those sites. And we had been dating for like 6 months, and like she was getting her PhD in pharmacy. She was gonna make a lot of money. She was hot, right? So like I was like, well, fuck it, maybe I'll just see where this goes. So like when I got out, I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll just take whatever job I have to or can in Norfolk to stay local. And like then it didn't work out like a year later, but like fucking 10 years later, here I am living in Richmond. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's just like, talk about like, how your life fucking takes a weird turn.
Yeah.
But it's been good, that's why I'm ready to go back. Cause like, I don't, we don't have any family here. Like I don't know anybody here other than like my job. So money ain't everything.
No, especially once you make like that, what's the word I'm looking for? Critical amount, I guess.
Oh yeah, about what do they say? It's like 75 grand.
Yeah, like once you make more than that, it kind of. And also, even if you do what I'm gonna do and just retire, like you can't like retire. Like even that doesn't make you happy. Like you can't completely check out.
Yeah, I will say though, I think that I don't know in terms of like happiness. I would say like I would probably the same, but like there's a lot more shit you can do with more money you make. Like I don't think that like.
Oh no, it's definitely you still are happier the more money you make, but it's like a scale.
Yeah.
It's a diminishing return, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So,
well, and the crazy thing is that the more money you have, the easier it is to make money. Like you make better decisions when you're not strapped for cash. So like it's one of those things where it's like where if you don't need it, it's easier to come by.
And like you're not buying shit on credit cards all the time. Yeah. Like I was gonna actually ask if you guys had anything other than Chevy for your dealership, because my kid
Buick and Cadillac. And
yeah, so
stuff.
So my kids like so I had my little shitbox Hyundai that I was driving for a long time. My kids' legs were all crunched up in it, and now with like the second baby and brother husband who lives here, I was like, oh, I guess we got to get a real car. So I ended up having to buy an SUV this year, and so like that shit is just like, it's like I don't want to pay. We're gonna pay it off within a year, and I mean it's it's a big thing, but like it just being able to do shit like that, you can. I mean like that's the whole thing with like people that get these head starts like Trumps. You know what I mean? Like it's just so much easier to navigate everything when you can make good decisions.
Yeah. Well, and also like if you're around other people that also make good decisions, like that helps. Like if you're sort of a product of your environment. Like if you're around other people that are successful, you're more likely to be successful.
Right.
Because like for example, like my parents didn't just give me and my brothers shit. Like we had to like make our own way, but we were put in a situation to where I feel like it was easier for us to like learn life lessons that helped us like do it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully, man. I don't know. Hopefully my kid grows up all right. She's not fat and she's not
yeah, how's the whole fitness thing going? Last time we did this, you were like all about it. Like are you like
yeah, I'm still there.
Like, have you made like a lot of progress since the last time we did the podcast? Like,
no,
like keeping up with shit?
It's about the same. I'm on the same level. Like I haven't regressed, but I haven't like
I didn't know if you like tracked your lifts or anything.
No.
Yeah, see, I've definitely gotten fatter since like the last time I was on Tinder, but I'm like way bigger and stronger. So right. It's not gonna take me too long to fucking cut back down to looking pretty sharp. I'm like 10 pounds out.
Yeah, I mean, like it's harder now because I don't want to run outside anymore because it's like fucking cold. So like all the cardio I've been doing is in the gym, and like I said, like the anxiety was pretty bad for a couple months. It kind of kept me in a fucking hole. So it's been much better like the past 2 months or so. With like started swimming, started doing a lot of weird cardio, started doing a lot of like other things. So
yeah, see, I just do the same fucking shit. Like I do the same lifts, but like that's how you see results on those lifts is you kind of just have to like beat your head against them.
Yeah,
like,
well, I mean, lifting is not my strategy right now.
Yeah, a lot of people think you gotta like change shit up. It's like not really, dude. You kind of just do the same like 10 exercises.
Yeah.
And just get really goddamn good at them.
Bajiro looks pretty good now. Like his, I guess he
He's
won
a
that
fucking
thing.
beast.
You know what though? Like, and again, I'm not in any place to critique anyone else's physique because obviously he wins fucking trophies, right? But when I look at him, he looks like his chest is small compared to like his arms and like his abs, which are really defined. I mean, it's defined, and his back's pretty big, but he looks like he should have a bigger chest to me, and that's probably the gayest thing I've ever said on this show.
I'm looking at pictures of him now.
But like, do you see it? Like, I feel like his pecs could be bigger, and he would look like more beastie than he. I mean, obviously, again, looks.
Yeah, I
beast
see
as
what you're
shit.
saying. Like I've probably got bigger pecs than him, but that's just genetic.
Yeah.
Uh,
Is it? I mean, like if he did
yeah,
more,
I mean
like, he can get his pecs bigger. Like,
no, I mean some people just their body parts look a certain way. Like for example, bicep insertions. Like you can have fucking really strong. Like you can be really strong, but just the way your muscles like connect and shit.
Yeah, fair enough. And again, the dude wins trophies for bodybuilding. I'm not saying it looks bad.
He's fucking lean in these pictures too. Like when you get as lean as he is in these pictures, like so here's the difference between Bajira and like some of the bodybuilders you might see, is that Bajira, at least I don't think, is not taking fucking drugs. When you get lean like that, you just start shriveling up if you're not taking like testosterone and all these other fucking things that the pro bodybuilders take. Pretty sure Bajira is 100% fucking natty, which is why when he gets this lean, he kind of looks human and not like a fucking roided out freak.
Speaking of roided out freak, have you heard about this wide receiver at the combine, DK Metcalf?
I just saw a news story about somebody that like destroyed the combine like today or something. Was that him?
Yeah. So let me show you the picture of this guy. He's a wide receiver. He ran a 4.3. Guess which one? He's the one on the right. He's
a wide receiver.
1.6% body fat.
Yeah, I don't think he's 1.6% body fat.
He is 1.6% body fat. Here's another picture of him.
Where are they? As somebody that's like, he's lean, but I don't know about 1.6.
I'll prove it to you. Hang on.
You're probably gonna link some dumbass article that's also wrong. Cause like the pro bodybuilders, like so. I can link you a video to a guy that's getting a DEXA scan that is fucking looks like a dick, looks like a shredded dick, and he gets DEXA scanned at like 7.
So it says, let's see. I mean, like, I get what you're saying, like, you know, but like, so there's Ian Rappaport talking about what the combine measured him at. And wait, I might have just linked you his entire stream.
You linked him, yeah.
But anyway, the tweet says, Old Miss wide receiver DK Metcalf of social media fame measured in at 6'3", 3/8 inches, 228 pounds, 1.6% body fat. And then there's an article from Super Bowl Nation that just says DK Metcalf is absurdly ripped, but his body fat percentage probably isn't quote unquote that low.
Yeah, no, it's not. He'd be like fucking dead.
So, I don't know, but you know, whether it is or it isn't, like
he's lean, he's fucking huge.
The NFL
for a wide, yeah, he's definitely on some sauce. There's no
Men require at least 3% and women 12 for the body to function properly. 0.6% less body fat, and the dude's probably dead.
Dude, the pro bodybuilders that are like literally like chemical reactions.
I get it. Dude.
Are like they're like 5.
I'm not gonna argue that. I'm just saying that like that's what the NFL measured him at.
Yeah, they probably use fucking calipers or some dumbass fucking way to measure it.
There we go. But he's apparently, so of all the wide receivers that have run speed drills at the combine since 2000. Calvin Johnson was like number 1, Megatron, and then there was some other Matt Jones random ass dude who like was a flake. This guy, and then Julio Jones was number 4. So apparently, like this guy's just like a fucking monster. He'll probably be like the next Julio Jones.
Yeah.
But
there's definitely a big fucking difference between the guys that take shit and the guys that don't.
oh yeah, sure.
The main thing is the progress. Like I know some people have like accused Bajira of potentially taking shit, and it's like, no, I don't think so. Like, if you just look at his progress, like, not to like shit on him, but like, he's not making like insane progress every year. It's like very minimal.
Right.
So like that's kind of to be expected.
But he does look like, if you look at him now versus like 3 or 4 years ago, he's definitely like.
Oh
leaner.
yeah. Well, so a lot of that is lifestyle. Like, he lives a lifestyle that's pretty conducive to
Yeah.
like when you work for yourself, and you know, I'm sure he's getting all this, like, his diet's like on point. His fucking sleep is probably on point. His working out's on point.
That was the other thing with raiding, man. Like, you know, I get home from class at 10. You know, like, I can't do anything really. If I'd stay up at all, it's midnight. The rating was 9 to midnight, so I'm like going to bed at 1, getting up at 6, you know, or 7 for school or for work, and it's like, I don't have time to fit that fucking gym in with that shit. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah.
Ever since I quit, it's just like got way more time to do things like that.
Definitely.
So, yeah, man. I don't know. I mean, this year for me is gaming wise, I guess, is waiting for Cyberpunk to come out, because that's like the only decent video game that looks like it's on anywhere near the horizon. I'm kind of pissed that Netflix is canceling all my fucking favorite Marvel shows.
Yeah. What do you think of that fucking Captain Marvel shit?
I don't know.
It looks fucking lame.
I'll watch it because it's got some lead into like Avengers.
Yeah. Anyway, man, I don't want to keep you up too late. I know you're East Coast, right? So it's like midnight there.
East Coast? Yeah, I'm in fucking Virginia, bro.
Yeah, yeah, you're still East Coast. I don't know why. I thought...
I'm like 3 hours from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, unless you've got another topic or something.
Not really. Probably can do these more often than like
once every fucking.
I mean, like, we didn't talk about, yeah, right? Like, I mean, we didn't talk about like the fucking Kardashians. We didn't talk about like all this other stuff.
The Kardashians? Are you trolling, or is that like?
I'm just fucking.
Oh, I didn't know if there was
Antonio Brown's drama.
I don't even know who that is.
You don't know who Antonio Brown is?
No.
You do.
Is he a football player? I don't know. Basketball player?
Are you fucking serious?
I probably know his face. Or I don't know. Who the fuck is it? I don't know. What the fuck?
All right. You gotta know who. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. So yeah, like all this shit, like your woman, all that kind of stuff, need to kind of keep more up with all that.
Yeah. No. Tinder has a desktop application now. I don't know how disrespectful it would be to do that. I don't want to be too disrespectful to these fucking women, and I'd also have to be
to like what, swipe
to like have like what. So like the problem is that I've got some of these girls' like personal information and phone numbers on here, so we could probably do like like a fun podcast, like edited to where I could edit that shit out. But I don't want to. I also don't want to be like disrespectful,
right,
to them, because that's kind of shitty.
Right. Well, it sucks, man. Hopefully the next podcast you'll be like, yeah, me and my girl made up. I'm moving down to fucking Greensville, whatever.
I don't think that's gonna happen, but I'm sure we're both gonna be fine.
She seems like she was a good fit for you, though. You know, like with the food tastes were the same. She enjoyed the same activities.
She was great. Yeah, she was great. I can't complain, but you know.
Why'd she go to Cal? Why didn't she just come and be near you?
Job. I mean, she's got.
What does she do?
And like, she's got a very specialized degree that like they're not jobs in her field.
Is it?
Like, it's industrial and organizational psychology. So she has to work like in like a corporate.
Yeah, no
thing.
shit.
Yeah,
she's basically Wendy from Billions.
I don't know what that is, but
it's a hedge fund company, and Wendy is like the psych that's there to like psych everybody up and get them like on track for success, like when they're all fucking in a rut and shit.
Yeah,
she's like, so you know what those people make though? Like those jobs. Yeah, you're right. I mean, like finding those jobs are like retarded, because like what kind of company can afford that?
Yeah,
but like for people like that, they're like, and like especially in like even in Billions, like they're like crucial employees. Like they like everybody there, like it starts to become almost superstitious. Like I got to go see this person to get psyched up because I got this big proposal or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I know she's paid pretty well, so I think she's
That's
gonna
good.
do fine.
Cool. All right, bro. We'll catch up.
Yeah, man. Have a good one.
See ya.